So much of the work we've done in the last year, so much of my personal work has been around holding discomfort. I'm Kimberly Corbett, and a couple of years ago, I sold an established, successful business. The core team and I from that organization wanted to work together to create something new. And we wanted to feel good while we were doing it. Like, we wanted to be happy. I wanted to do a bigger thing. And I didn't know how to do a bigger thing faster. And I started looking for support and looking for someone who did know how to do it. On that journey, I found Nadia, and we started working together.
As humans, we have this tendency to just move from our minds, but we have a body. We have a nervous system, which is this big control center, this command center. But the thing I'm really curious about is how all of our individual nervous systems co-create the nervous system of society. And in order to move past these primal, archaic ways of being, the primal defenses that we all have to keep us safe, the way that we heal that is through the nervous system. Anybody that knows Kimberly knows that she's a powerhouse of a woman, right? She is the visionary, like the archetype of the visionary. And when she came to me, there was a part of her that still didn't feel safe to embody all of who she was. I think that this is so common for people who have big visions, who have that inner fire, is they don't necessarily know how to channel all of that in a way that feels authentic.
She's a little bit of a witch in her ability to see the unsaid thing that you need to talk about. She sees it, she zeroes in on it immediately, and then holds it really gently and kindly. And if you really want to expand and you really want to grow, then you're going to have to deal with the thing that you don't want to look at and you don't want to deal with. And it really, really helps to have someone with a very clear eye and a very gentle hand, because Nadia sees the thing and she says, "Oh, look at this thing." And I can go, "Yeah." And then she'll just hold it really nice and soft while we unpack it.
A threat is a threat because it feels threatening, not because it's real. The work that I do with leaders of all kinds is that we have to dig into the nervous system and see how their unique patterning has developed, what their fears are, what their triggers are, what activates them, where they contract, and where there is a primal defense of guarding themselves, even when the thing that they desire is right there. And so when we develop a relationship with our nervous systems, we create a conscious dynamic between the mind and the body. We are not just ignoring the body, feeling all of these wild sensations and going, "Oh, I'm going to just stay stuck. I'm just going to stay here because it's safe." We can go, "Okay, let me sit with this activation. Let me notice what's uncomfortable. And let me consciously decide where to move, what to do next."
Being able to know that this scary thing holds within it the gift. It has the key for what I need. It has the key to help get the company from here to there. That's my piece, my work.
And thinking about the Kimberly that came to me a year ago, she was already the visionary. She was the person doing it, but needed the practical tools and the knowledge of the nervous system to be able to sustain what she's creating. She knows business really well. She is here to change the way that the workplace runs, the way that we conceptualize work. That can't exist without this nervous system work.
And if we have within Biscochito an orientation department that helps people when they onboard, they have to know what it is to fully experience what it's like to do their work and what it's like to engage with other people in their work, so that when they're supporting a caregiver and the caregiver has an experience, that person within orientation or whatever area within Biscochito has the lived experience of knowing how their work affects them and embodying that.
Her and I are working to co-create a model, a method in which we take business done differently and wholehearted well-being, community wellness, branding that together, and branching off and creating a revolution.
I believe that our shared labor can be a source of joy and inspiration. And if it isn't, then I believe we can do our work differently so that it is. If our labor is not feeding us, if it is not feeding our communities, if it is not comforting our communities, I don't know why we're doing it.